I've had a massage before, but I don't really do this.
Okay. Well, then thank you for doing this.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
And you can always tell me if you don't like something, something's too much pressure, not enough pressure. You're not going to hurt my feelings until later when you leave, and then I cry. So.
No, I'm not a complainer.
Okay, so on the table today, we have Benji Aflalo. I said your last name right?
Yes.
Okay. Because I screwed up Annie Letterman's, and I screwed up Cynthia Levin's, so... I'm kind of hesitant when I say last names now. I'm like, oh, shit.
Because we only get to hear what the person that's bringing you up on stage calls you.
That is true.
And a lot of them fuck it up, so...
Now, when do you said you get, like, the chair massages. Like, when are you desperate enough to go get those?
I have, like, a somewhat sensitive upper body because I had this year where I separated my shoulder and I got whiplash.
Okay.
And so since then, every once in a while, like, my right shoulder blade up to neck area will, like, get really messed up.
Right.
But I usually do Bikram once things are really bad.
Okay.
And I prefer that. So, but if things are so bad, even that doesn't work, then I'll go do a chair massage.
Okay. Do you go in the mall? Or do you
Yeah, no, I go to, it looks like shady. It's actually right over here on La Brea and Sunset. It's called like something Foot Spa where like the El Pollo Loco is and the Wendy's upstairs there.
Okay.
Oh, I think I've seen that, yeah.
Yeah, because Next Stage is around there.
Yeah.
Well, it used to be around there. Next Stage isn't there. That used to be a good open mic.
R.I.P. Next Stage.
And then it died. Okay, so how did you get whiplash?
I was driving to a friend's house. I was around Fairfax and Olympic, and this girl hit me so hard, and she kind of like hit me twice because she rear-ended me, then her airbag went out and she lost control of her car, and then she rear-ended me again.
Oh.
So it's really gnarly. And then she gets out of the car, and I'm pretty sure she was drunk. It was like nighttime, it was probably like 10 p.m. She's in a bikini and like a robe. But she was like pretty, and I felt bad, and I was like...
Was it Cassandra?
Yeah, right.
I was like, what am I gonna do? Like, call the cops? Like, I knew she was drunk, but I didn't realize I was hurt yet.
Yeah, it takes a while.
Yeah, and so the next day I was hurt, and then I was like, I should have, but it's like, it's too late, and then I don't even know if insurance ended up paying for my physical therapy or not and stuff, but...
Yeah, it's amazing, because people will come in the chiropractor's office, and they'll just be like, I just got hit, but I feel fine, and I'm like, oh, you need to go home and ice.
Yeah.
And the next day they'll call me or text me, and they're like, Joy, fix me. Okay, I told you.
Yeah.
Because you have that adrenaline surge, and then you don't realize. It's almost like when you first work out after a while.
Mm-hmm.
The next day, you're like, whatever, I'm cool. But then the day after, you're like, oh, shit, I have muscles, and they hurt.
Yeah, so I got pretty messed up.
How long ago was that?
Maybe like 3-4 years ago.
Okay.
But now it's pretty still. I think it's mostly from the separated shoulder because I don't think that ligament ever fully healed.
Yeah, it takes a really long time for ligaments to heal.
Yeah, so I think that's just going to be a little messed up forever. But
yeah, ligaments and tendons, they don't have a readily blood supply to them. Like muscles heal faster because they're filled with capillaries, and they heal faster because you can have the blood supply.
Mm-hmm.
But ligaments and tendons, I mean, just like when you eat like a chicken or something, you see those and they're bright white, they're like that glistening white. It's because there's no blood flow to them.
Mm-hmm.
So because of that, it takes a lot longer. And I'm dorking out, so we're going to go back to you.
Okay.
Have you ever broken anything? Like anything good? Any good stories? Any good hospital stories?
I have a good amount. I just fell off a bird scooter and ended up in a hospital. When I separated my shoulder, that was pretty rough. I've broken, I think, 3 toes. One time the break in my toe was so bad I had to have a cast up to my knee.
Ooh.
That's pretty much it. I kind of hurt myself skiing once. But I was always pretty mild-mannered even as a kid, so I didn't hurt myself that much. Like I have a brother who was Broken Bone City and got electrocuted and all sorts of stuff.
Okay, when we were waiting for you outside, I told Emily, I'm like, I have a feeling he's going to come up on like a scooter.
Yeah.
I'm pretty careful about those now. I wouldn't get on one in the rain or for fun.
Now, how many brothers? Do you have brothers and sisters? Just brothers?
I'm the youngest of 5, and I have 2 brothers and 2 sisters.
Oh, nice. Oh, you're the baby.
Yeah.
Is that why? Do you think that's why you went into like comedy?
I don't know. I know that's what we're sort of, like they say, if you're the youngest, you're more likely to be a performer or need that attention. I don't know why. I'm sure it has something to do with that, but I don't know if I ever felt like they thought I was funny. But I think there might be something to, like if you are the youngest of a bunch of kids, you're almost raised by children as much as adults, just in terms of what you mimic and the behavior you see. So maybe that has something to do with it, but I don't know.
Yeah, because my youngest, he sparkles. I'm trying not to make him gay. I don't know if it's going to work or not.
You're trying to not make him gay?
No, I'm trying to make him gay.
Oh, okay.
I have 3 boys, and
You have 3 boys?
Yeah.
Wow, how old are they?
18, 12, and almost 8.
Wow.
So, I'm like, come on, at least one of them. And if I could choose, it would be the youngest one, because one day he's gonna listen to these podcasts and he's not gonna be gay, and he's like, damn, Mom, you tried hard.
No, he's gonna be fine.
So, okay, the separated shoulder, you can feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can feel where the muscles are connected, not connected differently, but they're working differently.
Yeah, because it has to hold, the muscles surrounding it have to hold it in place because the ligaments.
Yeah, they'll start compensating for it.
Yeah, so that's why the pain isn't usually in my shoulder when it hurts, it's like around it. So.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
But I've gotten really good at dealing with it on my own, and I do yoga when I can, and that helps, and I sort of know how to repair myself, so that's why I don't do too many massages.
Yeah, that was actually going to be my next question. Like, what else do you do for your body? Because you travel a lot too, right?
I just try to go to the gym.
Okay.
Usually. I have a trainer sometimes, and then, but I'll just go to the gym and I kind of go easy. Sometimes I do like a high intensity interval training class. But yeah, I'll do a class here and there, but I only just do this one. I kind of get stuck on one thing, so there's one sort of, I wouldn't call it CrossFit, I guess, yeah, you'd call it high intensity interval training.
Yeah, like the circuit training?
Circuit training. I do that class sometimes, but it's a lot of cardio and I'm lazy, so usually I just smoke weed and go to the gym and take it easy.
Do you even do anything? Just go to the gym and you're like, hi!
I do. I get like stoned and have an energy drink, and then you're just all like messy-headed, like listening to Rage Against the Machine, working out, and I don't put too much pressure on myself, so if I'm only in there for like a half hour, I'm like, alright, I'm bored, I'm leaving, so
that's fine.
I don't like try too hard.
Rage Against the Machine is one of my workouts too. I know it doesn't look like it, but I do work out.
Yeah, I like workout music.
Yes. Yeah. But it's funny though, I get on a song and I will like do the whole hour workout to one song. Just repeat.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I can't do that. Maybe I'll repeat it twice, but I usually just have a mix that I'm like, because I usually listen to sad like music.
Yeah.
So I have to always have specific mixes where it's like, alright, snap out of it, man. So usually I'll have like a snap out of it like morning/workout mix that I'm listening to just to like deviate.
Now, do you get obsessive about things? Like, is that your personality, or what type of personality do you have? Are you more of like a compartmentalization guy?
I don't know. I think I can get obsessive over things. But yeah, it just sort of depends. I'm pretty obsessed with comedy right now. And then if I have a project that I'm into, I can get obsessed, but also at the same time I'm not like the best hustler. I'm not someone who's always working on 3 different things, and like, you know, I'm one of the few people now who doesn't have a podcast, so I'm not like a spinner of many plates, but when I decide to work on something, I do get obsessed and do my best.
Have people tried to get you to do podcasts?
I don't think that's how the world works. I don't think people walk up to you and they're like, the world needs more podcasts, and it's on you.
Some of them do. Like,
no.
That's kind of how this one started. It was like, Joy, this is funny, because, you know, I've been massaging for 11 years at the chiropractor's office, And I would just talk to my patients because I am not professional at all.
Mm-hmm.
And they're, you know, we would be laughing. Sometimes we'd be crying. I mean, it just depended on what the day was. And they're like, you should really record this. And then I was trying to get in with comedians to be like, hey, look, I do comedy. Hi. And so I kind of converged the two.
My lack of being funny even proves the answer to my question because I'm literally one thing at a time.
I like, I've seen you stretch on stage before. Is that planned before you get up, or is it your way of showing? I don't know. I feel comfortable on stage, but never comfortable enough to be able to do something like that.
Well, a lot of the way I approach stand-up, which might not be the best, is almost like a defense mechanism. So, like, I complain a lot on stage, or I'm sore often, so I try to have material based off whatever's on my mind, or at least be comfortable, so, in that space. So, if I'm sore on stage, like I often am, or if I have a sore throat, like I always do, like, I'm gonna talk about it just because I want to be comfortable talking about whatever I'm dealing with. That way it doesn't distract me.
Right.
So whatever thoughts will just pop up in my head in my life, I try to make sure that when they pop up on my head on stage, I sort of have something to say. That way I don't...
Yeah, because there was a chick on stage, woman, female.
There's a person?
I don't know. Chick is always my go-to word. I probably should stop that. But there was a girl on stage on Saturday, and she pulled her pants down, like, under her muffin top, and she lifted her shirt up, and that just, like, spilled out over her belt line. And I was delivering chicken tenders, and I almost dropped them. I was like, oh, my God. And she's like, yeah, look at me. And I'm like, I could never do that on stage. So
I think that's the fun thing about the Comedy Store, being able to see all of the different types of comedy, because where I'm from, I saw comedy back home, and it was people telling stories or people shouting, and that was about it. But here, there's so many different ways of doing everything. It's amazing. Did you feel that way when you first went to the store? When did you get there?
I think I got there, I think I started working there in 2008, but I started doing, like, bringer shows there, I think, in around 2007, 2006.
Who passed you?
Tommy. Morris, yeah.
Nice. So you were before the reign of Adam.
Yeah, but Adam's been really good to me, and he's doing a good job.
Adam's great.
But yeah, it was very different when I first got there. It wasn't like it is now.
How so?
Well, now it's, like, sold out all the time. When I was working there, it was never like that. The way now, there could be 3 or 5 sold out shows a night. It'd be more like one empty show in the whole place. Yeah, it was just weird, but it was really fun because it was almost alternative in its own way, because nobody was there and nothing felt like it mattered. So it was really fun, and we were, like, more wild.
Yeah.
Right.
Does it feel a lot more high stakes, or do you keep the same attitude that you developed during the quieter days?
I think the way I developed there definitely shaped my comedy, because when we would do, like, the potluck show where everyone goes up, there wasn't always people there, or it was weird. It was 8 people, and then there was 5, and then maybe, like, but now it's, like, a real crowd all the time, so you couldn't go on stage, or if you went on stage and just, like, did your best material in front of 5 people and bombed, you would sort of look like an idiot. And so, or not an idiot, but that's why it was, like, a tougher room then, because you had to know how to just deal with a really difficult circumstance, especially in a show with 16 comics. If you're going up 10th in front of an 8-person audience, it's really weird. So if you go up there and just phone it in, you're gonna bomb. So I think back then, with no audience, at least for me, I sort of, like I was saying earlier, I feel a lot of my stage persona is sort of like a defense mechanism to not letting people know that they have control over me, if that makes sense.
Right. Now, besides doing yoga, like, do you have a favorite place, like, to go vacationing or get away, or do you like getting away?
Not really. I'm not really a vacation person. I think I can enjoy a vacation for like 2-3 nights, but people who like go away for weeks or anything like that, or like can sit on a beach for more than a day, I can't do that. But I do like traveling, but I don't think it's my, you know, you look at social media, everyone really champions it and tries to make it what they're about, traveling, but I don't think that. I mean, I like traveling for work, and I like that process. I do like traveling, but leisure travel and stuff isn't really my thing.
Where's your favorite place to go and do out of LA?
To just not, if I were to go somewhere,
Uh-huh.
it'd probably just be someplace new that I haven't been. There's a lot of Europe I haven't seen. I haven't been to Australia. A lot of South America I haven't seen. I haven't been to Japan or China. So it would just be someplace new that I feel like I should see out of guilt.
Right. Okay, I get that. I get that more than I should.
Yeah.
So, is there a place, like, is there a place you really want to do comedy? Like, do you have, like, one of those goals where you're like, I want to do comedy here?
Not really. I don't really have those kind of goals. I don't think, like, the venue in which you perform is something you really take with you. If I get just more opportunities to headline and practice and then have a special, I feel like that's more what I'm after. I'm not, like, looking for notches on my belt that don't actually exist once you walk away from them.
Okay, I get that. So a special, is that like your next goal, or what are you working on right now? Like, where are you going towards?
Well, I'm headlining for the first time this year, so I'm really excited about that. So I just want to get good at headlining, and
Congratulations.
thanks. And so I just want to be really good at comedy and do my best, and yeah, hopefully have a special one day.
Nice. Now, what else do you like to do besides comedy? Do you write? Do you read?
I don't really like much, unfortunately. I go to the gym, I smoke weed, I eat food, I watch comedy, I do comedy when I can. I will read sometimes, but I'm definitely not an avid reader. I read the news every day, though. I'm pretty good about that, so I'm full of a bunch of dumb facts. And then, anything else? Not really. Nothing comes to mind. I like baseball.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, okay, if you're on a dating...
Oh, and I really like music, and I play guitar. There's that.
There is that. Okay, that works. I was going to say, if you're like on a dating show and they're like, today we have contestant 1, Benji. He likes to watch comedy. So what kind of music do you like? You said sad music, right?
I like guitars a lot, so usually music that has guitars in it I'll lean towards. But yeah, I do like sad music too, but I like a lot of psych rock too, sort of like psychedelic stuff. But like modern psych, it's a little different than like what I think most people would think psych is from like the 60s or something. But,
Right.
But yeah, I really do like that. But I haven't been playing much guitar lately because I hurt my finger on the scooter. So, but it's just starting to feel better, and I'm starting to play again.
Now, what's your favorite band? Do you have a favorite band?
It's hard to say. I think I really like the 90s grunge era a lot. So Soundgarden, Alice in Chains, Nirvana, a lot of that really stuck with me. I really like Jeff Buckley, Elliott Smith, Beck, I'm really into Beck. Cake, I love Cake.
I was just listening to Cake on the way here.
I love Cake.
That's funny. I
what
like
else?
Cake in both ways. The band and the food.
Yeah, I like desserts as well. That's another thing I like.
That makes me sad when skinny people are like, I like sugar. I'm like, that's not fair.
What do you mean?
So you guys are all small. I'm like, I like sugar, but it likes me more. It sticks with me. It doesn't abandon me.
Well, you have to moderate.
I know.
That's
no fun.
I like how dryly he says that. Listen, bitch. Moderate.
That's no fun.
Yeah, but I can go to town on dessert, so I have to watch it.
What's your favorite dessert?
I think I generally like when it's like hot and cold, so like a brownie sundae or
like something a la mode.
yeah.
See, I'm a pie girl. Like when I get stressed out or when life gets to me, I want pie.
Yeah, I like pie. I like cobblers.
Uh-huh. And it's so funny because, like, my husband knows. He's like, hey, I'm coming home. Do you need me to stop by? And I'm like, I need a pie. And he's like, oh, shit, I don't want to come home. Like, I don't blame you.
I like pie.
Now, are you close to any of your siblings or all of them? Or?
I think so, because I'm from here, so I think I'm probably closer with my family than most people are.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have like 5 nieces and nephews and grandparents and mom and dad, so when you live in the town you grew up in, there's always a birthday party for someone or a holiday or this or that, so
Yeah.
I end up seeing them a lot.
You don't have to worry about a plane ticket to go
Right,
see them.
right.
And you also have an easy escape, too. Like, yeah, I'm going to go home now. You can't just be like,
Oh yeah, no, I wouldn't want to be with my family for like days on days. Like,
Yeah.
that's not a good idea.
No.
Now, do you have, like, a favorite story, like, doing comedy?
I have so many stories. What do you mean?
But do you have, like...
The one that you want to tell people. When
I have a recent story that I've been wanting to tell. I had to do a benefit for like a blind foundation kind of thing, and it was at the Bel Air Country Club, which is really fancy. So I think one of the managers at the store referred me because he's just like, "Oh, Benji will put on a suit and be respectable."
Yeah.
And I knew it was gonna be tough because I just knew it.
Because they can't see the jokes coming.
No, it wasn't even that. There were some blind people there, but it's just, I just knew it was going to be tough. So then, I didn't get a script, so I didn't really know what I was doing. And they were like, "We'll send you a script. We'll send you a script." I didn't get anything until I got there. And then they were like, "Oh, and there was like a blind guitar. Was he a guitarist? Yeah, it was a blind guitarist. And then they're like, also the surprise guest is Stevie Wonder. He's going to join him." And I was like, okay. And then I basically, it was just, it's so hard to do stand-up in that situation because no one wants to hear it. And then they had me do stand-up when everyone was still eating, which is usually not a good idea. So I started doing stand-up. It's going really, really bad. There's not even a place for me to stand. It's like Bel Air Country Club people not giving a fuck about me at all. And then I'm like kind of starting to do okay. Like they're kind of stopping to eat and listen to me. And then Stevie Wonder walks in. And then Stevie Wonder's blind, so it takes him a while to get to his seat. So now everyone's looking at Stevie. Literally half the people get out of their chairs while I'm doing stand-up to take pictures of Stevie Wonder, who can't see that he's being mobbed by people, obviously. So, like, there's no sense of, like, courtesy when someone's blind and you're taking a photo of them. Like, everyone immediately was, like, 5 feet from his face. So then stand-up got derailed again, and then it was just really a tough night for me.
Oh.
And then I mispronounced a blind woman's, like, retinal disease or something.
Oh, no.
And she, like, called me out on it, and then just in my head, I'm like, they didn't send me a script. Like, how am I supposed to know how to pronounce your disease? But
Yeah.
it's not her fault.
They did
And
not
then,
hooked on phonics this over here.
yeah, so it was just, it was tough. But everyone was really nice, and even though I did poorly, I think people knew that I didn't have a chance, and they were polite.
Oh.
Do you have, like, a crazy heckler story?
So many crazy heckler stories. I've had glasses thrown at me.
No.
The reason there's security at the store is because of me. There was no security until an incident with me. And 3 guys, I think it was Adam, Josh Martin, and I think it was a patron had to pull one guy off the stage.
Oh my
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
Yeah, it was so scary.
There
and
was
then they got security.
What? So were you in the OR?
Yeah,
or-
that was the OR.
There was a guy on Kill Tony, I want to say like 4 or 5 weeks ago, and he's super creepy. Like, he was tagged creepy before he even got in. Like, he would try and stand in the spot, like, we stand in the same spot every Monday. And he was standing there, and he would just, like, mumble to himself and start laughing, and I was like, oh, this guy's fucking crazy. So he gets pulled up, and, like, you could tell everybody was kind of super uncomfortable, and he's trying to tell jokes. He's just in his own head. So security walks in, and I always keep telling the security, I'm like, if you guys need backup, I'm here. I want to help. Let me help. So Asani, the big security guard, he goes, and he's just standing by the stage, just chilling. And the guy starts getting a little weirder. So Asani takes off his jacket, and now I'm pumped. I'm like, oh, we're going to take this guy down.
Yeah.
And he looks over at me, and we make eye contact, and I do that finger to eye thing back and forth to him. like, yeah, I'm gonna help you, and he starts shaking his head like, no, don't help me, Joy, please.
You're gonna make this worse.
I'm gonna have to get Joy off the stage before I can get this guy off the stage. So for Christmas, I got a security T-shirt that I'm gonna wear tonight.
The security guys have to be more subtle.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like one time, there was like a girl talking, and it was like an uncomfortable heckler situation. And then, like, my set wasn't going good. And then I looked to my right, and the security guard's standing to my right, intimidating the whole crowd.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, well, that's not helping.
No.
Like, I like having them, but I feel like a lot of the times they don't like asking the booth girls to do much. But I think sometimes having a girl go over and say, like, hey, could you guys quiet it down is a lot easier than
that's why
one of the door guys and stuff going over and doing it.
That's why there weren't security guards there for like 30-some years.
But people are crazy.
I think it's good to have them, but you're right. But that's the nature of a security guard. They don't know.
Yeah.
They don't know. It's not their job to lean out and.
Yeah,
Well,
but also
it's just what's up.
Yeah, but also the door guys sometimes, like, Feng Chao will go over and be like, hey, shut the fuck up, and we're like, that wasn't helpful. That.
But I also think a lot of the security guides too, you get stuck in that comedy store. If you start hanging out at the comedy store, you want to do comedy. Like, you start getting that need.
Oh, the security guards think they're funny now or something?
But yeah, and I know a lot of security guards, like, when they first started working there, a couple of them, I'm like, hey, are you guys comedians? And they were like, no. And then a couple of them in particular, I just saw on their Instagram that they were like, oh, doing comedy tonight in Arizona. I'm like, when the fuck did that happen?
Yeah, waitresses do that too.
Yes.
I think everyone gets in and then they show their colors.
Yeah.
I mean, I was straight when I first started working there. I was like, hey, I'm a well, he actually goes, why do you want to work at the comedy store? And I'm like, because chicken tenders are my life. And he's like, you're a comedian. I'm like, yep. You gonna give me stage time? They're all, nope. I'm like, okay, fair enough. Where do I sign? Like, have you seen that though? Like, do a lot of people who hang out with you do that whole, I want to be a comedian, or hey, I've got a joke for you, or
that I hang out with?
Yeah, or just friends or family. Does family do that now?
I think you always get that just from people. You'll get them. The most common thing is you should put that in your act, or people always want to talk to you about comedy. It's pretty annoying, but you get used to it, and I've gotten good at just deflecting things I don't want to talk about, or I'll do like a really quick answer, and then I'll immediately ask them something about what they do, or because I just don't want to talk about it. But sometimes I'm nice, like if an Uber driver's like, oh, you're a comedian, but usually you want to just lie.
Yeah.
But you get recognized, right? Because, I mean, you were on TV.
Sometimes, not always.
No, see, that's one of the other intimidating things, because, you know, like, once a lot of comedians jump to TV, they're harder to talk to. I was like, huh. And then I feel like I am obnoxious and annoy people anyway, so when I'm like, hey, I have a podcast where I massage you, I'll be really nice, please. And then I want to run away. Like, I'm not kidding. When I saw how the parking structure was so fucked up, I'm like, oh my god, he's gonna hate me. Oh, he's gonna hate me, and it's okay. So.
I'm kind of like that too, because I was a door guy, and so I still am scared of guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm scared of comedians.
How long were you